Hi everybody, this is Matt. Thanks for watching and welcome back. I've had several women send me messages saying, Matt, I'm looking to purchase a pistol for the very first time. What should I buy? And I say, well, I can't really tell you what to buy because I'm not you and everybody's built different. We have different sized hands and all that sort of thing. But hopefully what I can do is give you some tips and tricks so we can navigate the road, avoid the speed bumps, and especially avoid the potholes. And as a matter of fact, today I was able to help a woman who had purchased a handgun that was far too large for her, that she couldn't shoot properly, and she recognized it and was able to get her into something that actually worked. And she was very happy with that. So let's go ahead and begin. Essentially, what this woman had was she had a full-sized handgun. Now this is a CERT trainer, and it's not a handgun, it's simply a training aid. It uses a laser. So anyway, her problem was this. Here's your normal grip. Here's normally what it looks like, right? Okay, but because of the size of her hands, she actually had to rotate her hand around like this in order to get the finger on the trigger. And where's all that recoil going to? It's going to this joint right here. And that's not good. It's not controllable, so on and so forth. So it wasn't working for her. She recognized that there was a problem. Go to your local gun shops and try different models. Pick them up, handle them. Don't let anybody force you, however, into a sale, because you're the consumer, you're the end user, you're the buyer, you're in charge. You are in the driver's seat. If you're not comfortable, just walk out. But I would suggest highly that you handle them. You see how they fit in your hand, because there are differences between one model and another. One that I can think of is the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. It tends to fit the hand very well, but then you also have on the other side the Glock 43. And the Glock 43 is a little slimmer, and a lot of people like it just simply because of its small size, but yet it carries a 9mm round in it, and it works for them. So check it out, check your grip, and like I said, don't get talked into something that makes you uncomfortable, because when you make a bad purchase, that's not good. The other thing when it comes to smaller handguns, this is a Glock 26, with a smaller handgun like this, a lot of times the recoil springs are pretty harsh. They're kind of stiff. So sometimes people have difficulty when it comes to simply racking that slide, which it isn't just an issue for women, but it's an issue for men as well. Especially as we get older, we tend to lose strength if we don't work out. And these have pretty stiff springs in them. Now compare that to this Glock 19, where it's much easier to work with. So make sure that you can get a good grip on that handgun, which means that your trigger finger is going to be able to hit that trigger exactly where it should be. And when you get a good grip on it, like so, you have got full control over that firearm. And then when it comes to going ahead and shooting, not a problem. But fit is everything. Comfort is everything. It also depends how you're going to carry. For ladies, are you going to carry it in your purse? In that case, maybe you want to look at a revolver, something like a .38 Special, because you would be able to actually fire that from inside of your purse. Otherwise, when it comes to concealed carry for women, if you're fairly slight of build, that sort of thing, how thick this is makes a big difference. It really makes a huge difference when it comes to being able to carry concealed. And the same thing is true of guys. If you have guys that, they're 6 foot tall, but they weigh 140 pounds, sometimes it's difficult to try to conceal something like this. So again, fit is key. Your comfort level at being able to handle the recoil also is key. The smaller the firearm, the more it tends to get a lot of muzzle flip or muzzle rise when you go ahead and fire it. So you want to make sure that you can essentially lock up that wrist and those tendons in any position and still have good control over it. And when in doubt, if the grip feels just a little bit too slippery for your hands, you also have options. And one great option comes from a company called Talon, T-A-L-O-N. Talon grips are absolutely great. I've got them on several of my carry guns. They make them in kind of a sandpaper type of a finish and then also a rubberized type of a finish. It really helps you to get a good firm purchase or grip on that. But the other thing, ladies, is don't succumb to pressure at a gun shop, because you're the consumer, you're in charge, it's your money, you're in the driver's seat. So don't be pushed into a sale. And if you don't feel comfortable, go to another gun shop and just try them out. Better yet, find an indoor range that has rental guns so you can actually shoot several different varieties and see what works best for you. But stay in your budget, get something that you're just going to want to keep and hopefully not trade in a month just simply because you made a rush purchase. And when it comes to other people giving you advice and saying, oh, you have to have a 45 or you have to have something like this. No, 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 no. You get what you're comfortable with and something that you'll actually carry and that you'll actually train with and use. Hopefully, this gives you a few suggestions and some things to think about. So thanks for the questions. I really appreciate it. And I hope this helps. And until next time, everybody, please be safe out there and have a good one.